Hi guys, welcome back to Charmaine's Kitchen. I want to say a very good night to each and every one of you. Hope everybody had a wonderful day and hope you are doing well and keeping safe. If you're visiting my channel for the first time, I want to welcome you to my channel. As promised, today I'm going to be sharing a recipe for strawberry tart. So if you want to see how I'm doing this, come on down and let's get cooking. For our strawberry tart today, we're going to start with the dough. In this bowl, I have some flour, I have some cold butter, I have some cold vegetable shortening, I have some dry flour to knead the dough, and in this measuring cup, I have some ice cold water. I'm going to put together the dough and then I'll show you the next step. So first of all, we're going to add the butter. And we're going to add the vegetable shortening, and we want to mix those in well until it comes to an oatmeal kind of texture before we start kneading the dough. So I'm going to go in here with my hands and start working this butter and this shortening. So now my flour is mixed to a nice oatmeal-like kind of texture. And this is the same dough we need to make cheese roll or pine tart. So now I'm going to go in with my ice cold water. The butter and the shortening have to be cold as well, and the water that you're mixing the dough with, because that helps it to come out flaky and nice. So I'm going to mix this dough to a nice texture. And then I'll show you how it looks after I finish. So now my dough is finished kneading. It's nice and soft and it's kind of cold. And I'm gonna leave it in my fridge until about at least half an hour, because when you're working with this dough, you want it to form up and not for the heat of your hands to melt the butter or the shortening, because the pastry is not going to come out nice and flaky. So this is a perfect way that I want it. I'm going to wrap this and put it away to chill for a little. So now this is what we're going to do before we put it in the fridge. We want to make sure we wrap it up, and I'm going to leave it until I finish making the jam, and the jam takes no time at all. So starting with the strawberries, I'm washing them in some vinegar water. I'm gonna take them out, rinse them a little, and I'll start preparing the strawberry jams for our strawberry tart. So strawberries washed, I remove the stems. And to make the jam, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut them back into small pieces. I have a piece of the leaves here. I'm gonna cut this back into small pieces so we can reduce the jam quickly, and we can still have a little bit of chunkiness into the jam. I'm gonna continue to do the rest of the strawberries, and then I will come back and show you how I prepare the jam. So I finished cutting up the strawberries. I'm going to be adding some sugar and a little piece of cinnamon stick. So I add the strawberry to my pan. I'm going to add the sugar on the strawberries, and I have 6 cups of strawberries, and I'm just adding 1 cup of sugar and my cinnamon stick. It doesn't take a lot for this jam, which I love. So I'm gonna work the sugar into the strawberry until everything is melted and we have a nice jam consistency. So the sugar is melting quickly and the strawberry is softening up. I will cook this some more. We have to wait until this liquid is gone a little. And we don't want to cook it too dry either. We want to have like a nice wettish kind of jam. I love how it looks, nice and red, right? and it's gonna be beautiful for our strawberry tart. So while making the jam, you will notice that it will become very, very liquidy. But don't be afraid, that's what happened when the sugar melts. And this is gonna get hardened up back and become thicker. I have my cinnamon stick here. That's gonna give a lot of nice flavor to this jam. Look how beautiful our jam is coming along. I'm gonna add, and this is optional because it only takes a few ingredients to make this jam, but what I'm gonna do to make it nice and flavorful, I'm gonna add a splash of mixed essence, just about a half a teaspoon, and we will mix this in. It's really thickening up nicely. And then the next thing I want to do, because the strawberries are sweet and we add some sugar in here, we want to add half of a lime juice into here. So I'm straining the juice of half lime into the jam, and this is gonna balance off that sweetness and give it a nice little hint of tardiness, which will complement this jam so well. So that's all it takes. You can add a whole lime or you can add half. I think for me, I'm just half will do for this batch. So we're gonna wait for it to thicken up some more before we turn the stove off. So here is my jam. It have a runny consistency, but once I turn the stove off and this get cold, it's gonna become like much thicker. So I want to have a nice wettish kind of tart filling. So I'm gonna turn it off and I will leave it to completely cold off before I start the filling. But this jam can be eaten with bread, toast, crackers, biscuit, or anything like that. I sometimes make a batch and leave it for the kids to eat with their favorite bread or breakfast muffin or pancake, but this doesn't last in my house. It's a winner, and it's right now it's smelling so nice. The smell of freshly made strawberry jam. I wish if you guys can smell this. So I'm gonna turn my stove off, leave this to cool down, and I'll come back and show you the next step. So now that the jam is completely cooled off, I'm gonna take out this cinnamon stick, and look how beautiful the jam is and still have that nice texture that I'm looking for. I have here my dough for the filling, and over here I have some Philadelphia cream cheese. So what I'm making here is it's a strawberry cream cheese tart. So let's get on the process. I have my dough that I made earlier. I'm gonna open it out. And I'm gonna put some flour on this counter here. I'm gonna take half of the dough to work with it, and the other half I'm gonna leave it in the fridge to stay cold. And if I need to use some more, I will take it out back, because we don't want the dough to stay warm. We want the dough to stay cold and firm in the fridge. So the next step now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make small pieces with this dough. So let's cut it back in half, and then we're gonna cut it back in half, and then we're gonna cut this back in half like that. And then the next step, I'll show you how I am rolling these off. So I'm gonna make like a ball, so I can get circles. We have to be very careful with this dough because we don't want it to be too warm. So we're gonna make some nice big tart with these ones. You can cut them back into smaller pieces, but I want to make big ones tonight to use up the filling as quickly as I can. So I'm gonna roll this out to a nice round, if I can get it wrong. Piece of dough, and then I will show you how I am putting this together with the cream cheese. So make sure your cream cheese is sitting outside so it can get nice and soft to work with. So we're gonna spread out the cream cheese. You can put less than this if you like. We're gonna spread out the cream cheese in the flatness of the dough. Just have to take my time here. And this is my own recipe that I tried on by myself. It came out good and flavorful, and I want to share it with you guys. So you spread out your cream cheese, one step, and then the next step we're gonna add our jam in the center. So we're gonna go in with our strawberry jam. This is gonna have such a good flavor. So we wanna have a nice amount. Now when we bite into it, we can see those pieces of strawberry. So the next thing now is the fold. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fold this like that. I'm gonna fold this back like that. And I'm gonna fold the ends like this. It doesn't matter if there's an opening in the top. And we're making like a square piece of tart like this, but I'm just gonna seal the ends here with some water because we don't want it when we're baking it pop open like that. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of water, and then when I finish making out all these ones and fill them out, I will brush them with some egg wash, sorry, to give it a nice color and sheen on the top. So this one is ready. For the second half of the dough, I'm gonna make them smaller because I realize if I make them so big, I won't have enough baking pan to put them in. I'm gonna have to do 2 batches in the oven, and I don't want to do that. So I'm making the second batch smaller, and I might be able to fit all of it into the oven at the same time. So same thing, fold the ends. I'm gonna put some water to seal here and just fold the sides. Nothing fancy. You can make it in whatever shape you like. And then this is how the size of these ones gonna be. A little bit smaller, but it's easy to fit in my baking dish this small. So this is my first batch, these big ones. And these are the ones I cut into smaller pieces. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll brush them with some egg wash, and I put a little pinch of turmeric into the egg wash so we can have a nice color when they're finished cooking on the top. And I'm gonna keep doing that. My oven is warming up to a 350-degree temperature. I will cook these for 20 to 25 minutes, and they will be ready to serve with a nice warm cup of tea. So these are done. I'm done brushing them. I'm gonna put them into my oven. The oven is ready. And then I'll show you guys in 25 minutes how they look. So here are my beautiful, delicious looking strawberry tarts. And those are the big ones. These are the smaller ones. Some of them, the jam is just oozing out. I'm gonna pour myself out some tea by the time it's cooling off a little, and I'll let you guys know how these babies taste. So here is my beautiful strawberry tart. I want to show how nice it's cooked on the bottom and the inside, and over here they're perfectly done. Look at the big ones. There's nice juice coming out here. This can share into two. So I have enough for all my viewers and all my subscribers. You guys bring your favorite tea and come on over. I'm gonna take my bite, but before I take this bite, I would like to shout out to one of my viewer and subscriber from Trinidad. Her name is Nadia Mangal. Hope you're doing good and hope you had a good day today, Nadia Mangal. I would like to shout out to Aaron from his teacher Sarika. Aaron, your teacher Sarika would like me to shout you out. And I would also like to shout out Michaela and Hannah. So I'm gonna open up my strawberry tart. Cheers to all my viewers and all my subscribers. The outer part of the pastry is very, very flaky. And the inside you can taste as soon as you bite in that nice tarty jam of the strawberry, and that bottom layer of the cream cheese. The combination is so well paired together. I'm gonna take another bite. Okay, yeah. And it goes well after dinner with a nice cup of tea. So good. I wish you guys can taste it. So I want to say to you, actually I should break this big one and show you. I just want to break this big one. It's really hot. This one have a lot of filling. Look at that. And the cream cheese is right there. So, but I can't eat this big one tonight because it's too late. So I'm gonna say to you guys, stay blessed, stay safe. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider subscribing soon. Until then, love you guys. Bye for now.